landscaping business owners. So I've created a list of 6 free marketing strategies that you can put into your business immediately to get the phone ringing and fill your calendar up with brand new clients. And this is really good stuff. Although there's stuff that costs money, here we're specifically going to talk about all the free stuff you can do. And I'll get into this in 1 second. I want to say that you want to prioritize the highest ROI, what is the biggest bang you can get for free, and then you prioritize down from there, of course. So number 1 is email marketing. And I'm also going to give you resources of books you can check out on audible.com. I just want to make this just as information packed as possible. If you're listening to this on my podcast, on the Untrapped podcast with Keith Kalfas on Spotify and Apple, you can listen to it there too as well. So number 1 is email marketing. And some of the things you might already know, but if you stick around all the way to the end, I'll share some really good low cost stuff too, just for like a bonus. So email marketing, you can use all different Constant Contact, MailChimp. I use MailChimp. 2 hours ago, I literally scrubbed a list down to 485 people, and I sent an email marketing campaign to 485 of our existing landscaping customers. Then I have another list of like 785 customers from 2019 forward of all of our jobber clients. We do landscaping and window cleaning, so I separate them for landscaping and window cleaning. And the reason you want to do email marketing is because it's free or very low cost. You can set up to 5,000 emails a month on MailChimp. So you can literally type it out just like you're typing an email to a friend. How do you get all these emails? Well, you would have had to have previously asked all your customers for their emails. I don't know if you got QuickBooks or some type of CRM software where you've been collecting their email. And if you don't, maybe you can get on the phone and just start calling all of them. And that leads me to the next thing. If you got to call them to get their email, you might as well go through the list of all your old customers. This is the highest ROI thing you can do, is go back to customers who have already, quote unquote, kind of given you money. They already know you, like you, and trust you. So the lowest customer acquisition cost, because it costs you money, time, and energy to acquire customers, is to go back to people you've already done business with, right? And we've done business with over 5,000 people. So of course, I want to go through that list. And number 1 is email them. Why? Because you can send an email to thousands of people at the click of a button once. It's a lot faster than calling or texting, right? But number 2, get MailChimp, email all your customers, and say, hey, we got services available. We'll cut your lawn. We'll trim your shrubs. We'll do the decorative stone. We're installing ponds, water feature, whatever. Like, hit them up and make sure they can get in contact with you. Do it now. Number 2 is voicemail broadcast. My friend Joshua Latimer has a company called Send Jim. He has this thing called Radius Bomb. There's also another thing called Sly Broadcast, and there's other softwares like this available, and it's called a ringless voicemail. So be careful with this. What I do is I scrub down a list of our 5,000 customers we've had, and we have, and I scrubbed it down to a list of about 750 people. Now, the other like multiple thousand people I don't want to contact again. I just scrubbed it down to a tight list. And I segment that. This might not make sense to you, but I've segmented it down to lists of 100 each. And I create a voicemail and say, hey, it's Keith with Kalfas Professional Services. It looks like we've done business with you in the past. And we're just reaching out to say if you need your shrubs trimmed, your landscaping done, your windows clean, reach out to us, give us a call or send me an email. And I give them my email. And then I send that out to 100 people at a time. And then the phone starts ringing. Okay? The next thing that you want to do, so go to Sly Broadcast, like Rocky Balboa, Sly Broadcast, is call previous clients. Like if that ain't working right away, get on the phone and go through your call logs, anything you can do to get their phone, your address book. Hopefully you're in the habit of saving. Sorry, my little dog is all the way in the backyard barking his ass off at like a squirrel or something. And you can hear it all the way. I'm on my front porch right now, chilling. Like I just took my work clothes off and I'm trying to make this video for so and my little poor dog, he has a heart issue, and he had a heart attack yesterday in the backyard, and I held him, and his heart stopped because he was chasing a squirrel, and I was beating on his chest and rubbing his neck, and I started praying to the Holy Spirit with everything I had, and he came back, and he was panting, so we got a doctor's appointment for him quick. So I'm a little nervous. I love my little dog so much. You don't know how. All right, so that was a little random. The next thing is call previous clients. Literally get on the phone and start calling these people. And say, hey, it's so-and-so from 2 years ago. Hey, do you need anything done? Blah, blah. Leave them a voicemail. Then I'll pick up. Get on the phone for hours at a time and call these people. Then you can also text them. There are text message softwares where you can send a text to thousands of people at once. Or you can get on and just start texting. Hey, Jim, what's up? You need that thing done again. You need shrubs. You need maintenance. Text your customers. Next thing is post on Google My Business. I hope you have a GMB account, Google My Business. It no longer exists. Now it's basically Google Maps. When you're logged in underneath your actual email, your business account, go get on there, post pictures, hit up all your customers and ask them to leave you positive reviews. The customers that have left positive reviews, go and respond to those reviews with well-worded thank yous. And then go in and create offers with the deadlines and create an offer. It means hey, we'll do this thing for you. You can do this inside of Google My Business on Google Maps now, and go and create noise inside of there so you show up at the top of the Google algorithm when people are searching in your local city. So be very active on Google My Maps, which used to be Google My Business, and it's free. Very powerful. Next thing is post on Facebook. I hope you got a business page. Start posting on Facebook, post on the stories, link it back and check into your own business. You can press that little map icon and post on social media regularly. Invite, follow people, click, respond, do all that stuff. Invest in that. So that's 6 things that you can do right now. Post on all social media. Get very, very active. Your phone is your best friend. And now here's the stuff I promise you at the end, which is very, very low cost, which is business cards. I got an uncle who's been in business for 30 years and couldn't even go to get gas at the gas station without seeing his frickin' business cards shoved in behind the plastic somewhere, everywhere. And it gave me an idea, because he's a hustler. Carry a stack of business cards everywhere you go with you. You can get an old cell phone clip, one of those leather things that clip on your belt, and you put your phone in there, stack 50 business cards in there, and everywhere you go, inside of restaurants, when you go in Jimmy John's to get a sub, put it in the corkboard. I got one of our best clients for 5 years now because I put a freaking business card and Jimmy John's on the corkboard. And be a walking, talking, advertising, marketing campaign that never, ever, ever stops. It takes about 3 weeks from the moment you pull the trigger on some type of marketing thing before it turns into actual work and money in the bank. So you got to always be marketing. If you're really busy and things are going good, keep marketing. Don't stop. If you're tired, this is very important. If you're tired, depressed, burned out, hopeless, and you don't feel like even running your business and you can't take it anymore, don't stop marketing. Just reach your finger up and just keep doing it, because if you run out of work, that ain't good. Now, if you got a bunch of lawn care customers that keeps going, probably a different story. Business cards cost money. The next thing is 5-arounds. If you have door hangers, business cards, flyers, whatever, whenever you take care of a customer, you or send your employees to go to the 5 local houses. So the one on each side of your customer and then the 3 across the street. It's called a 5-around.
Stick around as Keith returns with more of the Untrapped podcast in just a moment.
Hey, my friend, it's that time of year again, the 2022 Equip Expo, formerly the GIE Expo, the biggest green industry event in the country each year in Louisville, Kentucky. This October 18th through 21st, you can get 50% off your tickets if you go to keithkalfas.com/events, click on the Equip Expo link, and use promo code KEITH50 to save 50% off your tickets. Make sure you get your tickets right away and book your hotel right away too, because this event, thousands and thousands of people come, and it definitely sells out every year. You won't be able to get a hotel room if you book too late. So go to keithkalfas.com/events and go to Equip Expo and use promo code KEITH50 to save 50% off your tickets. And I will see you October 18th through the 21st in Louisville, Kentucky.
This is Untrapped with Keith Kalfas.
And go and put literature on all of their doorsteps, or knock on the door and introduce yourself. But do that at every single job so you can build route density. So it sucks, it's a lot of footwork, but that's how you get more customers quickly. The next thing is bandit signs. These work phenomenal. You can go to uzmarketing.com. I'll put links below to all this stuff. I think I get affiliate codes and discounts and all this stuff. So UZ Marketing, get 100 bandit signs for really cheap. These things you stick in the ground and they have the mesh wire thing. These are powerful. You can get in trouble for posting them in some places, they'll yell at you or whatever. But if there's ever a time, we really, fortunately I haven't had to use them in a while, but if you go stick them in all the turnarounds and the subdivisions and all over the place, your phone will start ringing. And very powerful bandit signs. Well worth the investment. Go spend a couple $100 on bandit signs and they'll pay for themselves very quickly. Print out more business cards, pass them everywhere you go. Door hangers, go up and down the subdivisions and pass out door hangers. So if you ever get in a position where you have more time than you have work, go invest all that time into marketing and advertising and drumming up more work. And then returning your customers into recurring clients, asking them for referrals by developing an automatic referral generation system. You could do this stuff automatically with apps like Jobber. It automatically asks for the referral, for the follow-up, and for a positive review. You can automate all this stuff now. If you want to try a free trial of Jobber, go to getjobber.com/Keith, and you get a free trial with my link, and you save a bunch of money if you sign up with my link. I'll put a link in the description below this video. And then here's the books, the resources, I promise you. One book's amazing. You got to listen to it. It's called Duct Tape Marketing by John Jantsch on audible.com, JONJANTSCH. Another book is called, I don't know if this one's on Audible, but it's called Guerilla Marketing Strategies by J. Conrad Levinson. That's another marketing book. Another book is called Purple Cow by Seth Godin. He wrote a bunch of other marketing books as well. And go on an entire marketing and advertising binge where you become obsessed with it for like a year. I know you love rap and classic rock and whatever you're listening to, or if you're not listening to anything, get a pair of headphones, put some muffs over them, get your phone or your iPod, and dive deep into understanding as much as you can about marketing as possible, because it's literally the magnet that makes the phone ring and fills up your calendar with work. And I made this video a few years ago called Trickle, Flow, Flood. Flood is where you get to the point where it's just a rushing river of leads coming in. You're overwhelmed with so many people calling you that you can't even pick up the phone anymore because it's just way too much. So if you want to grow your business to the next step and you want to have the option to even get rid of clients that you don't like, or you can't get them to pay the rate that affords you to run a profitable business, and you'd like to let some of those clients go, or at least be able to afford to take the risk to raise the price on them a little bit and see how loyal they actually are to you, but you're too afraid to, well, you can do that if you have your phone ringing off the hook and you have a lot of leads coming in. With all that being said, I do want to say there's a caveat to this. Some of my clients, very careful what I'm saying, I've raised my prices year after year after year, and I found myself, this year has been a funny year. It's weird. People are tight. They're not spending money like they usually have, and I've had to lower my prices lower than I raised them all, like 12.5% for existing clients and 20% for all new clients. It blew up in my face because it seems to me that all the customers aren't willing to spend that much to keep up with the inflation. You might be experiencing different. So basically, I've had to keep the prices the same, and raising them blew up in my face, and I lost a ton of clients. So it's been a little frustrating because the inflation has caused prices to raise all over the place. But what I mean, the caveat is, if you've got good clients that don't necessarily pay the top dollar like you want to get paid, but they're good clients and they're bread and butter clients and they always pay and they pay on time and they're easy to work with, those are the clients that you should always keep a good relationship with and bend over backwards for. Because when times get tough, those clients are going to save your business. They're going to be the ones that keep that cash flow coming in, even if they're not the best paying clients. And you might learn that the hard way. So it's this constant moment by moment balance. And then when things turn around and they get good again, things are great right now. Like, this is not bad at all. It's not like it's like 2008. But I have a customer a few years ago. I had a really hard time in my business where I was depressed. And this client of mine, one of my favorite clients, long-term client, he's a restaurant owner. He's been in the business his whole life. And he said something to me. I'm in his office collecting money. And he's like, you know what, Keith? That's how business goes. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. He says, it'll get really, really good. You have the right guys working for you and you get great clients. You make really good money. Then it gets better. Then out of nowhere, the bottom falls out and it just gets bad. And it gets really, really rough for a while. And then it gets worse. Like, you thought it was always going to be good, but now it's bad and it's rough and you just fight your way through it. And after a little while, it'll start to get good again. Then it'll get bad again. Then it'll start good. Then it'll get really, really good. But don't get too excited, because then it'll get hard again. And he says it just keeps going like that, up and down and up and down and up and down. Sometimes it gets really easy and then it gets hard, and then it gets easy, and that's just the nature and the cycles of business. I was kind of afraid to talk about that because I don't want it to be perceived as negative, because some of these guys on social media are always smiling, acting like their business is so amazing and they're making so much money. And that's one thing that's really pissing me off this year especially. I like to walk around my block at night and just pray and get exercise and think. And I've been thinking about how I really want to be just authentic as possible on social media. That's kind of how I've grown. I guess you could say my following here is being what you call hyper authentic and just pouring my heart out. And some people don't like it. They think it's crazy. Fine. But I definitely do not care for the guys on social media that only paint the highlight reel all the time. And because they're terrified, it's like they feel like they got to impress you, and they're only telling you all the good stuff. And then you get this perception in your head that your business sucks, or that you suck, or how are they crushing it like that all the time? They're not. I've been doing one-on-one coaching now since 2015. If you go to keithkalfas.com/call, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I've been on the phone with hundreds of different people all over the country and all over the world, coaching people on how to start their landscaping and window cleaning business. And I even coach people on social media now and help them get their YouTube channels off the ground. I've all types of stuff like that. I love it. It's a passion of mine. And what I've learned is that when I get on the phone one-on-one with some of these guys, they'll tell me all the really, really good stuff of how they're crushing it. And then I look at we get a little bit deeper and I realize they're not really crushing it. They were just afraid to tell me the truth. They were just telling me the highlight reel. But the interesting thing about that is get in where you fit in. If you're out there in your business and you're constantly growing and you got new leads and your new customers and you're learning all these lessons and you're stacking some cheddar cheese in the bank, you're getting your business legit, that's success. That is a great thing, right? You are crushing it. If you did a $6,000 or $5,000 or $3,000 job and you made a 50% profit margin, that's crushing it. So comparing yourself to other people is just entirely stupid if it's not for the reason for building yourself up. And if it doesn't inspire you and motivate you, then don't pay attention to it. But definitely don't believe in the highlight reels. Inside of some of the most successful appearing businesses is total tumultuous chaos. And there's a lot of chaos and stress and anxiety, but it's stuff that you're never going to see public facing. You don't see it. They conceal all that stuff. And they've gotten really good at concealing that and having a nice, warm, welcoming, successful public facing image, which in today's world is that's success. So I don't claim to be an expert in any of this, but I just want to know everybody goes through struggles. So back to the original point of this video. Yeah, you always keep marketing no matter what. Do the things that I said, watch the video over, listen to this on the Untrapped podcast with Keith Kalfas. We just crossed 500,000 downloads. You can go on any of your favorite podcast platforms, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor FM, Apple Podcasts. Go over there, put on your headphones and listen while you work. And let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have any questions for me, truly, genuinely excited for you and for all of your success. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the flip-flop, yo.